Hi, everyone. We are here on Increased Local Traffic with Jenn Foster, iTunes podcast, and I'm here with Erik Robertson, and he has written the book, Oops, I Wish I Had Known This Before, the Parenting Handbook. And let me tell you a little bit about Erik before we start getting into our interview. For 15 years, Erik has had a successful parenting practice as an educational psychologist in the Netherlands, and he worked with thousands of parents from all walks of life and from all nations. He also gave parenting workshops at the American School of, I can't say that, Hagu, I don't know how to say that, Hog, I don't know what it is. Erik, you have to help me out on that one. What is it called?
That was totally good. That was totally good. The Hague, yeah.
Hague, okay. And the International School of Amsterdam. He currently gives talks and workshops on parenting all over the world, and based on his extensive research and experience, he has written Oops, the Parenting Handbook. I wish I had known this before. And it's Erik's mission to inspire, support, and empower parents with his loving yet down-to-earth and practical book. And I met Erik last weekend at an event where he had written another book, and today we just want to talk to Erik about, how the book came about and what he does. So Erik, tell us about how you decided to write this book.
Sure, Jen, and thanks for having me. It's great to be here. I had a parenting practice for about 10-15 years in Holland, and as you were saying, I had the privilege of working with parents from all walks of life and all different backgrounds and cultures and nations. And one of the things nearly all of them would say after I work with them and share my parenting insights, they say, why didn't I know this before? So, that's where I got my book title, for one, and that certainly motivated me to write my book. Like you said, it's very down to earth, very practical. Parents need that support, need that empowerment, need that inspiration. And the thing is, I wanted to write a really, really big book. And the funny thing is, I wrote 110 pages and nothing else came.
Mm-hmm.
And now parents tell me they love it because it's short and sweet and covers everything they need to know.
Awesome. And sometimes I think we do overthink things, and when we just make it simple, that's what everyone wants. Just keep it simple. Awesome.
You're so right. And one of the essences of my parenting book is that parents have great intuition. I mean, I'm sure you know this, and you just need a few very practical tools, and then you need to really increase your own self-confidence and keep believing in yourself and your kids. And easy as that sounds, we all know that's quite the task. But parents are up for it. They love their kids. We love our kids.
Exactly. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about what's in the book? What's probably the number one thing that parents would get out of reading the book?
Okay, I suppose there are a few things. One is, like I said, believe in yourself, trust your intuition. And another thing is, what I do is I kind of help parents out of a lot of parental confusion, because there are millions of books and blogs and websites,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of parents are confused because of that. So I help them kind of cut through all the trees so they can see the forest again and just get clear. And the most important thing is I work with a model called Love and Law. And Love and Law, which is copyrighted and trademarked, all you wonderful parents out there, is about love on the one side, but what I call tough love or law on the other side, which means that the whole rules, boundaries, agreements, restrictions part has to be really, really good. And when you combine those two, then as a parent, you're good to go.
That's really good. I like that a lot. Yeah, I think that parenting, there is so much information coming at you. Do this way, do it that way, and I think that to have just the small little simple things like that is really good for parents. Me being a parent of 3 kids, I just need to have a little bit of guidance, and I'm good. So, and I like that about the intuition. Sometimes I think if you go with your gut feeling, you'll do it right. So.
You're so right, and thank you for sharing that. And that is true. And the thing is that most of the time, like I said, we love our children, and we've learned a few things from our own parents or grandparents or teachers or mentors, so we know what to do. And when your parenting is great, right? But the thing is that all too often, very easily, problems arise at school or some behavioral problems might arise at home. And then what we do as parents is we automatically revert back to whatever our parents did. We do this unconsciously. So my book is really about conscious parenting and about really, helping parents to wake up and become aware, so that if you do, and you will, you catch yourself going on auto tools to bring you back into love and to, get you out of autopilot and to get you into the mode you need to be to deal with whatever it is you need to deal with.
I think that's great. I think that's really good to just think that way and say, bring you back into love, because a lot of times we're so frustrated, or our patience is worn thin, and it's hard to think that way. So
I'm so glad you said that, and it's definitely about love and, constantly keeping, love yourself. And what we do is, people think, well, but that means if I'm loving, I have to love my child's behavior. And I'm like, you love your child unconditionally, but you have very clear discernment with the love and law model of what behavior you're going to love and what behavior you're absolutely not going to tolerate or ignore.
Oh, yeah, that's really good.
Yep.
And I think I was listening to a radio broadcast that you did, and you were talking a little bit about how you address drugs and alcohol in the book. So tell us a little bit about that part.
Okay, well, how many hours do we have, Jen?
You could just say a little bit about, touch on it, and then people will want to buy your book.
Sure. Thanks. Yeah, so that was a Hay House radio interview and they did ask me about drugs and alcohol. And once again, if you're lucky and you're good to go as parents, that negative sides of that aspect is not going to touch your family. But a lot of times it's something you're really going to have to deal with. And statistically, there are a lot of teenagers who are going to run into problems in one or both areas of drugs and or alcohol. And I do believe, just to say one thing, is that communication is very important. You got to talk to your kids. You got to keep a dialogue about it. And like you said, for the rest, check out the book. Yeah, check out the book. Last weekend, right now actually you're on tour and you have a workshop coming up. Is the workshop with the parenting book? Yep, that's a workshop I'm giving for a group of realtors in Calabasas, California on October 9th.
Great. Well, I'm sure that you'll do great at that workshop. Now let's talk a little bit about the other book you did. Now, you wrote a book with Brian Tracy, is that correct?
Yes, I was privileged to co-author a book called Transform with Brian Tracy, and Brian Tracy is, some of you might know, is a very successful entrepreneur, bestseller author, expert in the field of human growth. So that was thrilling, and I got an award for that, as you know.
Yes, last weekend you got a Quilly Award at the National Academy of Best-Selling Authors.
Yes.
Awards banquet, I guess is what it was. So awesome. Well, congratulations on your award, and congratulations on writing your book. I think a lot of people have a book inside them and they just don't know how to get it out. So I'm very, very impressed that you have written a book, and not only one, but 2 books. Do you have any plans to write any books in the future?
Thank you so much for that, Jen. That's really, really very encouraging, and makes me feel real good to hear you say that. Do I have any plans? Yes, the thing is, I'm writing an autobiography, but I'm thinking of publishing it anonymously, which is kind of a paradoxical statement. So maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just write my autobiography and put it out there. Who knows? Yeah,
that's interesting. It's kind of fun to have a book like that, but to make it anonymous, that'd be kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, I was thinking from a marketing point of view, and then, we've not really had this conversation because I haven't written any autobiography.
There you go.
Whose book is it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. We can erase this part of the podcast, right? No, I'm just kidding. All right, awesome. Well, tell us, so when you finish your tour in the United States, then you're going to be back to the Netherlands and go back to Holland. Is that correct?
That is correct. Briefly, I actually left my house 2 years ago and packed everything, put everything in storage because I wanted to leave the Netherlands and I wanted to promote my parenting book. And what happened is I thought that would last 4 months, and I've been on the road for 2 very, very long, grueling but rewarding, beautiful years. So being rather travel weary and wanting to buckle down, I'm going to be moving back to the States later this year and set up a practice here, and get my book connected with schools and community centers and universities and parenting groups, so I can be here and help and support and empower and inspire parents here.
Great. Well, that kind of brings us to the point or topic of what my podcast is about. So when you get to Florida, you just mentioned a bunch of things you're going to do. What we talk about, or what I try and encourage business owners and entrepreneurs, is how to increase the traffic, how to get more people to see you, like you, know you, hire you as a consultant or as a parenting coach, and how to increase that traffic, how to get more people to find you. So tell me a little bit about what you're already doing, and when you get to Florida, what you will do besides, I mean, you mentioned a few there. You're going to go to some universities. You're going to do a bunch of different things. What will you do to get your practice going there? How will you get your traffic or your leads? How will you get people to come and see you?
Well, I appreciate your work, great work in that area, Jen, and I'm definitely still looking into that. What I've done so far is that my website, theparentinghandbook.com, is just been completely redone, and it's very interactive, and you can sign up for my free parenting tips. I have a wonderful lady doing all the blogs, doing the posting, and all the social media. So that's starting to attract people to the website, and I'll take it from there once I've settled.
Awesome. Well, you're breaking up a little bit. I don't know if it's the internet connection or not.
Okay.
But yeah, I think, just going with that, I looked at your website, and here it is on the screen if you can see it. One thing I noticed on your website, I've been doing web design and SEO, which is search engine optimization, for almost 10 years now. And you're doing so many things right on your website, and you did great. I just want to point it out. For those listening, he said he redesigned his website, and I'll tell you right now, the first 3 things I noticed of what he did right, so you can do your website right, is he has a video on the home screen. So right when you show up, you can push play, and you can get to know him, like him, trust him, see what he looks like, understand if you want to buy the book from him. The second thing I noticed that is awesome is he's got all his social media links, so you can visit him and follow him. And he has lots of call to action. Get some free tips. He has buttons everywhere on learn more, download now, all these different things where you can do something. So he asks you to, the call to action is right there on the screen. And then the last, but the most important, not the least, is he has joined his mailing list. Put your name and email in and join now. So that's great. You got your website redone, and I commend you, because you did a good job, or whoever you hired did really good. So good job on your and that will really help you to increase customers and leads, is by just having that site, having it set up properly.
Thank you so much for that wonderful feedback, Jen. I'm sitting here with goosebumps thinking, yay, it was worth all the incredible hard work and investment. So I'm glad to hear that.
Yes, very good. And part of the lead capture, or the little form you have there on the bottom, do you have that set up to an autoresponder at all, or an auto email or anything like that?
Yes, I do.
Good.
Yep.
Good. So all those listening, if you have a website, or you're planning on redoing your website, make sure you have some of those elements, because that will help you increase traffic wherever you are. And with Erik here, he's traveling all over right now, but he'll be in Florida soon, and so he'll need to increase his traffic wherever he's at. So that website will definitely help him to do that.
Great.
Is there any parenting tips or anything you want to tell us before we wrap this up?
Yeah, like I said, parents love the book, so please go and buy the book. Empower yourself with the book. It's available as an ebook, it's a soft cover, a hardcover, and furthermore, you can download a free chapter of my Successful Living, Successful Marriage book that I co-authored with several experts on my website at theparentinghandbook.com. and keep believing in yourself, because I sure do.
Awesome. Yes, believe in yourself. And if you want to know more about Erik, just visit theparentinghandbook.com. Thank you, Erik, for being on our show today, and you have a great day.
Thank you very much, Jenn. Really appreciate it.